Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Sorry about my sore throat today, but I'm out here today to once again, coming back to you after a gap of a week. Again, going to recount the week's events in cricket. So I'm going to go from. So I'm just going to start because, as I said, just pardon me here. I have a sore throat today, so probably not with the same enthusiasm, but still, I'll keep it going. Um, so, as you know, the Sri Lanka are already on their tour of Australia. The first tour match was played between the traditional Prime Minister's 11, as we call it, at Canberra, with the Sri Lankans actually losing that match by 1 wicket against the Australian Prime Minister 11. The feature being Tim Nilsson, the young batsman, made a very impressive, I would say, very impressive, with some impressive stroke making. He made 79. The scoreline, the Sri Lankans were made to bat first. It was a very low scoring match. In the end, the verdict went to the Prime Minister 11's way when they won by a solitary wicket with one ball remaining. And Sri Lanka made 131 for 8. The only thing that one could talk about the Sri Lankan innings was the batting of the young bloke, young gun, I would say. Oshada Fernando played aggressively and really punched a lot of good strokes in his 39. The Prime Minister's 11, as I said, they made, Sri Lanka had reached 131 for 8. The Prime Minister's 11 were 132 for 9. The one, Tim Nilsson was the hero, and Fawad Ahmed to a certain extent also helped at the closing stages of the game. Other than that, now we are talking about the Vijay Hazare Trophy. The Vijay Hazare Trophy has been the traditional trophy which has been played for quite a long time. It is named after the great former wonderful player Vijay Hazare, and the finals match was being played between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu were the ones who lost to Karnataka. Now Karnataka is winning this probably the third or fourth time. They won by the Duckworth Lewis method, but nevertheless they were definitely dominating, no doubt about it. Tamil Nadu making 252 and Karnataka 141 in the range stop play, and by the Duckworth Lewis method, the Karnataka were the ones who prevailed and took the Vijay Hazare Trophy, the one-day trophy, the domestic trophy which happens in India. Other than that, Bangladesh, as you know, there was a lot of protest. They were telling that the Indian tour might not go ahead with the Bangladesh players not happy with the pay structure, but then finally Vice Council prevailed after the discussion which took place with the Bangladesh Cricket Board and the players, and finally the Indian tour is on. But the news for Bangladesh on the Indian tour, I'm afraid, is not so good. The reason being, Tamim Iqbal has pulled out. As you know, Bangladesh would be playing 2 test matches and 3 T20 matches against India, and in fact Bangladesh opener Tamim Iqbal has pulled himself off out of the match due to injury. And also Mohammad Saifuddin, who bowled impressively, I thought, in the World Cup. I thought he bowled well, has also not got his place because of an injury. And Afghanistan would be raring to go. They would be playing the West Indies in the test matches, and Afghanistan and West Indies would be playing in India, as we all know. And Ibrahim Zadran and Yamin Hamidzai have been included in the squad. So let's look at some other news. And also we'll keep a news on the T20 World Cup qualifiers, just talking about some matches that happened. Papua New Guinea actually won the game against Singapore. They were in a very losing position. Not losing position, they were 101 for 4 at one stage, Papua New Guinea, but they went on to a big score, and finally the Singapore, who peaked early, have not lost one match, and Singapore are in really showed early promise. but unfortunately, I don't think they were the ones. They still have 5 points, I reckon. And it was a win. It was a good batting partnership between Amini and Duriga, and Papua New Guinea won the match against Singapore, 43-run defeat to Singapore. And today Singapore lost a match and they lost to Namibia. Namibia performed excellently, I thought, in all the departments of the game. They totally outplayed Singapore in that, and that's not good news for Singapore, as Namibia put on 191 on the board, with Erasmus, the captain, playing a breathtaking knock of 70-odd runs. Got company from Smiths as well, and the bowling, Freiling was superb with the 4 wickets in the bowling department, and Singapore definitely did not have anything for themselves. At the other end, in the T20 World Cup qualifiers, we saw Ireland getting an easy win against Jersey. Jersey unfortunately have not been doing well. They bowled out for 105. Mark Adair doing a good job, had 3 wickets for 10 runs. The other cricket news, just talking about the game that happened between Namibia and Singapore. It was the left-arm spinner Scholes who really bowled very well. In fact, that was Bernard Scholes, the Namibian spinner, who has been doing a fantastic job in this World Qualifiers. In fact, he produced a haul of 4 wickets against the Kenyans to win that match. And Oman was simply superb against Canada. Now, Canada is the team which has to really fight, according to me now, with Jatinder and Akib, Jatinder Singh and Akib Alias, in fact, putting up a great partnership to actually hit Canada very hard, even though the T20 debutant Srimanta Vijayaratne made a quick fire 50, but the Oman batsmen especially, they looked extremely impressive with their stroke making, especially Jatinder and Akib, as well, both of them matching each other stroke for stroke, with both registering their 50s in T20 cricket. So well done to Oman. Oman definitely looking absolutely game enough now to actually, they have already reached the playoffs, Oman, so they are doing a wonderful job as expected. As you know, Dilip Mendis, the former Sri Lankan captain, is the coach of the Oman cricket team. Other than that, we have another update coming in. This is the match between Nigeria and Ireland, where Ireland have won that match and they have got into the playoffs now in the T20 World Cup. Kevin O'Brien, I mean, it was a very easy win for them actually. They just had to make 67 to win after having bowled out the Nigerians, and Ireland did not make any fuss there as they smashed the target. Kevin O'Brien smashing 32 runs with just 17 deliveries. The other win was Netherlands. Netherlands also did a good job. They got a win there. Netherlands also had a win today. Netherlands actually, I'll have to see that and I can tell you, but Netherlands have already won. Let's see what is the other cricket that I could share you about. Yes, Usman Khadir, the son of Abdul Khadir, as you know, has been selected in the Pakistan cricket team. I'm sure his father, the late Abdul Khadir, who passed away, would have been very proud to see his son donning Pakistan colours in a test match. Other than that, the news that comes in is it is Sri Lanka who actually went to Pakistan and drubbed them in the one-day series or T20 series. The T20 series, I reckon, they hit them hollow 3-0, would be probably making a test tour of Pakistan, which is good. Now we are looking after, as you know, the Sri Lankans are here in Australia, and also just let me talk about the Indian team that was selected to take on Bangladesh And in the T20 version, they included Shivam Dubey. Now, Shivam Dubey is a hard-hitting all-rounder from Mumbai. He's 6 feet tall. He has been doing a great job. He did well in the IPL, and he's a very hard hitter of the ball. Let me tell you, he has come into the team on the basis of he's not only a hard hitter of the ball, he's also a very useful bowler as well. And he has been. I'm very happy to see that Shivam Dubey has been given a chance against Bangladesh, and I think he would be a really a sort of a dangerous proposition for Bangladesh because he hits the ball really hard, and he actually he smashes the ball when it comes. Doesn't make any spin is something which he really can cart them all over the park, and then as comes to pace bowling, also is absolutely adept at it. And Sanju Samson, who probably in the year 2013 was in the India's team, and after that his form petered out and he was lacking consistency. But now, since his consistency is back and he has been performing admirably, yes, and as you know, he just broke a record in the recently concluded Vijay Hazare Trophy, where he became the first person to score a double century in a Vijay Hazare Trophy tournament, 212 being the highest total by any player in a Vijay Hazare Trophy. So Sanju Samson, he comes from Kerala, and he has been given the opportunity as well, and I'm very happy for him. He's a wicketkeeper batsman, and I'm very happy to see that the Indian team is full of healthy talent right now. Other than that, let's get on and have a look, and also just keeping the topic on India. As you know, India is the only India, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan, Ireland have been recently reinstated, not reinstated basically, who have been given test status, are the only ones who have not played day-night test cricket with a pink ball under lights, and that might soon be a reality. As you know, Sourav Ganguly, the former great Indian captain, has taken over as the Board of Control for Cricket in India chief, and he is of the opinion that day-night test cricket is the way to go. Virat Kohli, the Indian captain, already had a meeting with him, and it has been decided that one has a feeling from reports that have been coming in, if that is any indication, that India would definitely be seeing day-night test cricket. The Indian public will be seeing live day-night test cricket under lights with a pink ball in the year 2020, and I'm very happy to know that as well. So now we get on to Australia versus Sri Lanka. Australia versus Sri Lanka, we are talking about the first T20 match which is coming up, and what a wonderful match that is going to be. And as you know, the Sri Lankans who were having a second string team are in absolute fitness, and they are raring to go. And as I said, with a second string team, they went on to beat Pakistan hollow in Pakistan, setting a new record whereby they hit them very hard with a 3-0 victory. They swiped them in the series, and now it is Australia versus Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka are at full strength now. If you look at the team, Danushka Gunatilaka and Kushal Mendes is back. So Kushal Mendes will open the innings. Bhanuka Rajapakse, who did a wonderful job against Pakistan the other day, he blasted the Pakistan bowlers. And Oshado Fernando, let me tell you, to me, after Kushal Mendes, I am looking at this bloke. Oshado Fernando is a real talent, because he made his debut against Pakistan in the T20, and he really showed what material he's made of. And in the recent match against the Prime Minister's 11, Australian Prime Minister's 11, he cracked the Australian bowling. But now he would definitely be facing some good quality bowling. The only test would be that how he would be faring on Australian wickets. But let me tell you, Bhanuka Rajapakse and Shadow Fernando had a great time against Pakistan, and they were the ones who were responsible, and Ganushka Gunatilaka as well, for Sri Lanka to win against Pakistan. Now, also, Niroshan Dikwala was not there, and Niroshan Dikwala, we know, definitely to me is always a certainty in T20 cricket with his unorthodox style of play. And then they have some good all-rounders. Dasun Shanaka is showing that he's slowly trying to get into trying to make his cement his place in the Sri Lankan team after some good exploits against Pakistan, showing his all-round status there, especially in the batting. We saw in a very consistent level. He used to come down lower down the order and smack the bowling. Wanindu Hasaranga, who was the player of the match and the player of the series in the match in the T20 series against Pakistan. Wanindu Hasaranga, watch out for his googlies. The googlies were the one which mesmerized the Pakistan batsman when he was playing. So Wanindu Hasaranga will be watching out for the googlies, and I'm sure for the Aussies it will be a sort of a real test there, because Hasaranga would be bowling probably for the first time to the Aussies. And then they have Isru Udana, who is a very good lower order hitter of the ball, and also his bowling is something which comes in handy. He can really block the flow of runs. Isru Udana at the death overs. And then Lasith Malinga, the captain, would be leading the side, and Lasith Malinga, as you know, what experience he brings, and even at this age and with this experience, you know how he can still concoct those Yorkers, the slow bouncers, and whatever you call it, the Yorkers and bouncers that he has, and how he can actually get the batsman into a real sort of a real dizzy, one could say. And then Nuwan Pradeep, who bowled excellently against Pakistan in the T20. So the Sri Lankans are looking all raring to go here, and I think they have a good sort of mix-up. I think the confidence level will be quite high, especially after beating Pakistan in the T20 series. And as I said, they'll be raring to go, but definitely they would be facing a different kind of wicket. The Aussies, the Australian wickets being more bouncy, and it will be a sort of a real test for them, I reckon. The Aussies absolutely playing on their home turf, and for Sri Lanka it will be a nice exercise. Basically, as you know, the T20 World Cup is coming up in Australia in the month of October, so this could be a sort of a real and also Pakistan would be the one who would be flying in today to Australia to join, and then they play the triangular there. So the Aussies, Aaron Finch will captain the team, David Warner, and you know what a explosive combination they are. And Stephen Smith, absolutely in the form of his life after coming back to the Aussie team. Glenn Maxwell, Ashton Turner, who was not there for quite some time, but now after the injury he has made back. Alex Carey is another great talent that Australia possesses now as a wicketkeeper batsman, as he's shown in the World Cup. And then they have Ashton Agar, another good all-rounder. Pat Cummins, Mitchell Stark, and Kane Richardson will be manning the pace resources, and Adam Zampa, the Radham leggy, who is a different, a bowler of a different nature altogether nowadays in T20 or one-day cricket. Well, the match is going to be played at the Adelaide Oval, and I'm sure we should have a great game of cricket which is coming up between in the first T20 match between Pakistan and Sri Lanka, and it will be interesting to see what Sri Lanka can come up with, especially as I said, the confidence will be absolutely high after beating Pakistan with the second string team, now with the first string team, and I think definitely the Sri Lankans would be going with all guns blazing against the Aussies in the first of the T20 matches, which is coming up in the Adelaide Oval tomorrow. With this preview being completed, this is your host Ram bidding goodbye, or probably signing off on this cricket show, and hope to catch up with you tomorrow. That's on a Sunday on my next cricket show. And as I always say, look at my Twitter page where I actually tweet about cricket, and also you can have a look at my cricket website. Probably not, I've not been very regular, but still, you can still have a look at it. I still post a lot of post a lot of things there. So that being said, my cricket website www.cricket-status.com is my cricket website. Thanks for your company as always, and this is your host Ram signing up this on a Saturday. Thank you.